Good morning to everyone who celebrates mornings.
Good morning.
They had their first kiss.
We are filming our weekend vlog. I'm gonna show you the books that I'm reading because I have 8 books that I'm currently reading. Like, that's diabolical. So I'm reading Powerless. See, I think this makes sense for me, but also it doesn't, because like I never really wanted to read Powerless, but like a few days ago I was doing something and I wanted to listen to an audiobook, and I was like, what do I listen to? So Powerless, I guess. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm on 32%. It's a fantasy world, okay, and they have powers. The elites have powers. There are also people who don't have powers. The elites don't like them and they kill them, okay? That's the thing. And then there's this prince, his name is Kai, who is hunting for those who don't have power. And then we have a girl named Peyton who doesn't have any powers, but she was raised in a way that she pretends to have powers, like psychic powers. And then there's also this game, it's called Trials, and I guess they compete with each other, people who have powers. I don't really know, because like it's like they're leading up to it. I didn't even know the plot, like I didn't know anything. I just jumped into the book because I was bored, and I was like, okay, let me show you the physical books that I have. So we have The Night Circus, and I'm actually really enjoying this. And we're doing a book swap. At some point, we've been doing this for a long time, and we need to swap books. And then I'm reading The Autobiography of a Yogi. I started reading this, and then I DNF'd it. Like, I got bored of it. Me and Kato are going to our aunt's place. So you're gonna see her. We're gonna see her in a bit.
There's nothing left, please. Okay, whatever. So currently I'm reading Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bellefleur. I don't know how to pronounce her name, I'm sorry. I think it's her. I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's a like queer rom-com type of situation with all these two girls who are like totally opposite of each other. One works with the numbers and stuff like that. I don't remember the title of profession. It was something to do with insurance, I think. She works with numbers. Her name is Darcy, and then we have Elle, who has this account on Twitter about like astrology and like zodiac signs and stuff like that. And her like Twitter account has this collaboration with a dating website, like app, where Darcy's brother works. So he sets up them on a like blind date. Darcy just got like heartbroken, so she's like not really ready to date, but her brother is very annoying. He's like, you have to date, you have to come out your shell and start dating again. So he sets them up, they go on a date, they feel like sparkles and stuff like that, but because Darcy is very like, I don't want to date, so like fuck off. They don't get along on that date. And then in the middle of the date, Darcy calls up her friend and she's like, she believes in astrology and stuff like that, and Darcy doesn't really believe in that stuff. He's like shit talking on the phone about Elle, and Elle hears about it and she just leaves without saying goodbye. So but then Darcy's brother shows up at her place and he's like, how did it went? And she panics and basically tells, yeah, it went great. We had so much fun. We're dating now. Fake dating starts basically between them. It's enemies to lovers, very slight, and fake dating, and I love both of those tropes. So yeah, I feel like I will finish it today, but I'm not sure. I'm like on, where am I? 34%. So yeah, I'm excited to read more. Okay, now I have to get ready because Ketta and her dad and her brother are gonna pick me and my dad up, and we're going to our aunt's house to just visit, I don't know, our grandma. So yeah, we'll read there, I think, as well. So join us, I guess. We need sunscreen. Distinguished gentleman car, I guess.
Hi.
I guess the weather type of shit is happening right now.
I'm cold. So we are here to enlighten you about our Kindles.
Oh, are you reading Powerless again?
Unfortunately. It's entertaining. I'm listening to the audiobook. If you hear the screams and my brother is getting tortured, it's fine.
Are there two children?
Who's the other?
We acquired another kid.
Anyway, I don't know who the other child is. Whose damn white baby is that? I don't even know what we're supposed to talk about right now because it's chaos.
How is your book going?
This book is it's very entertaining. Honestly, I'm listening to the audiobook and so far it's very cringe at some point, but it's with every romantasy book series, so it's fine. How are you like? What the fuck are you reading?
Written in the Stars.
How are you liking the book so far? Wait, hold on. How are you? It looks weird. It was a pine cone. I don't know what this is.
My book is a gay. Yeah, that's it. We're back at my house. Someone broke in. Who is this? I know that like my plan was to like finish this book, but actually I haven't read that much today. I read like 20% and I have like another 50% left in this book, so yeah, we'll read it before bed. If you're hearing some music, it's from outside. I don't know. I think my neighbors are partying or something. I don't know. They were having the moment and then her dad walked in. Like Elle's dad. Good night. Coffee. Good morning again. It's the next day. Internet in my house doesn't really work now, so I think it's the perfect condition to read more because I'm like disconnected from the world basically, so unplanned detox from the world, and I don't have mobile data left on my phone as well, so cheers to that, I guess. I'm making the good progress with Written in the Stars because I read last night as well, and in the morning less than 100 pages left, so I think I'll finish that and then move on to the next book. I'm trying to get through all the current reads. 6 to 7 books is a lot. Don't do that. So like Elle and Darcy are kind of like dating for real now, not the like fake dating. I don't know, it's so confusing for them. Can you get it together? It also has a lot of mentions of fanfics because for example like Darcy loves reading fanfics and writes them as well secretly, and Elle's roommate also like writes fanfics and in different fandoms. I was thinking that maybe the author of this book also wrote fanfics. Yeah, I feel like it might have been a fanfic at first, this book as well. Oh, Jesus Christ. I will edit that. I'm also a big fanfic reader, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of gives me Luna, Ginny fanfiction vibes. For example, like Elle is blonde, first of all, and people around her view her as like delusional and kind of like space-headed. Luna is like that as well. And Darcy is ginger. I feel like in Harry Potter queer fandom community, Luna and Ginny are a very like common pairing, but I'm not sure though. I cannot even Google it or check because I don't have an internet right now, so like if you possess any information about that, like please comment because I need to know, okay? Peaches. Did I just rant about fanfics? I think it's just who I am. My perfect breakfast. Very nutritious, but then we have coffee, and I think coffee doesn't help with like vitamin absorption, so I don't know what I'm getting from this breakfast. And then we have my book here. Let's read and eat. Since I'm filming with my phone, I thought I would play some music with my computer, but then I remember that I don't have internet, so I cannot play Spotify. I'm convinced that Elle is Luna at this point because, like, Darcy just said to her, "You look like the moon." No shit. She does, I guess. Devoured it like my breakfast, I think. Little break from reading, I guess. Oh shit.
Good morning. It's not morning, but whatever. Listen, it's the next day. I don't think I filmed that much yesterday. It's fine. It was a long day, okay? Leave me alone. Today I woke up, unfortunately. I mean, what? I'm getting ready to go see my friend and we're gonna talk about Powerless because I finished it today. It wasn't bad. I think I was expecting it to be a lot worse than it was. It's a romantic series, right? With that genre, it's pretty repetitive. I don't know how many love triangles and how many like morally gray dark-haired characters can you have, and the opposite is like this blonde man that the main character doesn't like. When I first got into like fantasy genre, it was so new to me that every single book was a 5-star. We're just there for the vibes. But how many books can we read for the vibes? I'm gonna say it's kind of a longer book. I think it was like 500 pages. I will say that I'm so glad that I finished this book actually, because the ending slapped. It was kind of a slow burn, but like not like nothing happened. Nothing happened. But they're just lusting over each other, and I don't know really how to feel about that because they don't really know each other. Like, you just met and you just want to, at least they're not doing it, you know. Bar is in hell. At least they're not doing it, actually. They're just like thinking about it, you know. I feel like if I was not really listening to the audiobook and I was actually reading the physical book, I would have DNF'd it because it was so repetitive. Because I feel like I've read the entire book at least 3 times already in like different books. And I get that. It's like a trope of like romantasy. If you're gonna write a romantasy, there has to be this girl who is powerless. It's literally in the name. She's very weak, but also she had to learn in the other ways to like survive. And then there's this guy who has powers, and then there's this blonde guy who's like a good guy. It looks like a good guy, but like really isn't. And then this other dude who has dark hair and is like, oh my god, he's the enemy, and he's like the bad guy, but like then we find out that he's not that bad guy. And I feel like it can be like a comfort thing for people when you are starting a new series. It's kind of like, you know what to expect, and that could be comforting, you know. I will read the second book though. It's a trilogy. I think there are 3 books, but I'm the cliffhanger, not a cliffhanger, but like the way it ended, the first book, I really want to read the second one, but I feel like I'm gonna take a little break from like the romantasy genre after this. With that being said, if you have like any, because I know that there are obviously the fantasy genre is like very complicated and there are like many like subgenres in that. So if you have like any plot heavy and not as like romance heavy fantasy book recommendations that I can just like for like beginners, okay? Because I'm a romantic girly and I need something like transitioning to that because I'm tired. I sound like a hater. I don't hate this book. Actually, I liked it. It's just like, I'm just saying. Also, I don't like smut. Just so you know, I'm putting it out there. It wasn't in this book, which I loved. I feel like that's why I liked it. I usually skip over those parts. Should I read Alchemize actually? Like, do I want to dedicate myself to, I don't even know how many pages there are, like a million. But also a lot of people like it. But also a lot of people like it on TikTok, and I don't trust TikTok. But also I think my cousin wanted to read this because I think that was like a Harry Potter fan fiction that turned into a book. I don't know. Should I tell you the products that I'm using? I don't know. I don't think you can see that. I'm gonna tell you what I'm reading. My favorite robot, my favorite murder bot. Okay, so I started reading Hungerstone, okay, because I have to have my lesbian romance. It's the retelling of Carmilla, and I read Carmilla because I wanted to read this, and then I forgot that this existed. I'm on 34%. Anyway, there's a gay vampire, okay, that's all you need to know. The lesbians. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take my Kindle, and I'm gonna read on my way there. Yeah, let's go.
I did finish Written in the Stars. The whole story was really like sweet, but like ending could have been better. I don't know, it felt like not conclusive. I don't know how to describe it, like I don't know, I feel like it lacked some like spice. Not like smutty scenes, like just the flavor. I just feel like it could be slightly better. So I gave it 3 stars. Will I recommend it to people? Yes, who want something like queer romance book without any homophobia. Like, even the characters who were very conservative, like Elle's parents, it was normal for them to have a child who is like lesbian. That was like exactly what I searched. I wanted something quick to read, like a romance book with like queer character, like queer main pairing without like any like homophobia or heavy topics added to that. It's exactly that. So if you want something similar as I described, you should read it. So yeah, right now, wait. Now I'm reading this one, Strange Pictures by Uketsu. I read only like 1 chapter of this book so far, a few days ago actually, so it's a like mystery thriller. I don't know a lot about the plot, and it's, I think, good thing when it comes to thriller books, because I want to be spooked, I think, and less you know about thriller books or horror books, it's better, I think. So it's actually by a Japanese YouTuber called Uketsu, and when I first read that author is YouTuber, I thought they were booktalker type of thing, booktuber. They're not. Their content is creative. When I looked them up, I was spooked. And I'm looking forward to be spooked in this book as well. So right now, because I don't have the internet or anything really, I thought I would go to the park and read there. I think it would be nice. And then, and near the park where I plan to go, there's this like bookstore of like English books. I wanna like check it out. So let's go on a date, I think. Park and bookstore kind of date. I just got home, still no internet, so still reading, I guess. So the thing with this book is that I was so confused at first, because after like finishing first chapter, I moved on to second, and there was like totally different characters. So I think like each chapter has their like set of pictures, drawn pictures by people, and like mystery and psychology behind those pictures. So the characters did solve the first picture, like mystery, but like I still had some questions about it. And because we followed this unreliable narrator, because it was the third person, like not involved in any way or form in the pictures. He didn't draw it, he didn't knew that person, so he just stumbled upon those drawings on the website. So when I moved to like second chapter, I was like, is that it? Like, is this like short stories collection? And then it made sense at the end. So yeah, it's connected. We do meet like different characters and we see different perspectives. So yeah, I'm excited to read more and find out more. I'm not gonna like tell you in the details, because the less you know, the better, as I mentioned before. About this book, my prediction is either 4-star or 5-star. So I hope it's 5-star, because I haven't read like 5-star read in a long time, like 2 or 3 months. And also like very fun thing about this book, the person who like solved this like mysteries behind the drawings are not the one who drew it, so you kind of like solve the problem with them, and it's very like interactive book. You have to read this book at this point if you love thrillers. Please, internet, come back to me. Are people wondering where I am because I have not texted anyone today? So, and like, Ketta has my location, but she cannot access my location because my internet is off. So when your internet is off, your like location doesn't share to other people. So does she wonder where I am? Do people think that I'm ignoring them? Because I'm not. Okay, let's go back to reading, I guess. Chapter 3. So this is like the drawings. Physical copy of this book will be more fun. Oh, about the bookstore, I went there and I didn't buy anything because with like English books here, they're a bit expensive because they're like imported. So if I'm buying like physical books here, English physical books, I'm like, I have to be like sure that I want that book. So I haven't bought anything because I was not sure, and I did look for this like book, like physical version, but it was not there. So
I have returned. I did not read like at all. I still brought my Kindle though. If you're a Kindle girly or a Kindle dude, you know that Kindle is just like a comfort thing. Like we just carry it around just because we can. This bag absolutely perfectly fits the Kindle. I haven't touched it. That's my bias. I'm into K-pop. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any updates except that I have Jungkook now. Actually, you want to see my collection of these things? Listen, no, it's fine. It's a sidetrack, okay? Just like, let me have this for a moment. If you're into BTS, which I'm not really into BTS, I just like Yoongi, like Augusty. I want Suga so bad, and I was so hunting for it, and I just haven't won. I also have Jimin. I also have V. I actually have 2 V's. This V is not for him, by the way. Then I have J-Hope, and now I have Jungkook. Listen, McDonald's like Happy Meal like toy collection obsession. What is this? You know what I also have? You know what I also have? You know what I also have? Autism. I have a work to do, so I'm gonna work, be a responsible human, be a responsible adult, because... And then I'm gonna read some more and update you on my books. Good soup. I have like less than 100 pages left of this book and I want to finish it today because tomorrow is actually the release day for Bunny's sequel and I want to read it as soon as possible. Can you hear fireworks? Also with all this like talk about like alibis and murder, I realized because my memory is so shit lately. If I was a suspect in a murder investigation, I would, and they asked me like, what did you do on this day at this time? I wouldn't know. What the fuck? The plot twist. Each chapter has a big plot twist, so what's going on? Just completed the book, yay! It's like solid 5-star read, and if you enjoy thriller books or even just like listening to true crime podcasts, definitely give it a read because it's like really nice murder mystery, very interactive. It is not graphic as well, so it's good like starter to thriller books, very beginner friendly, I guess. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. Thank you for watching, I guess, if you got to this point, and let's high five, me and Ketta. I look like crazy. I look like a real boy, papa. It's late, you can tell probably. Subscribe, because we do a lot of fun things like this, I guess. Right, Ketta? She said yes. We do bookish stuff here, so... subscribe. And bye. Ketta says bye too.